Hi there, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I'm still working on pockets for Once Upon a Time. I just want to put a few in because, as you can see, she's not a gator yet. When you see that, that's just the way she's been lying because I've been working in her. If I put her on my desk for the night with a rock on top or a brick on top, she would assume her shape again. And you can see there's still a good pinch there. I'm getting some nice angle. So that's my goal. I don't want to take up too much bulk in here. I already made it quite bulky by doing the lace overload, but it's so pretty. And I love the way that little hints of blue, and here that little bead, just pulls out the blue in that stamp and the blue in her little dress, tiny bit of blue in these, and a little bit of blue on the dragonfly wings. And same with over here, just a little hints of blue here and there to just make your eye sort of look around. So I did go ahead and I made this pocket. I put this in here just to remind myself. Perhaps I'll put, this is a tea-dyed recipe card, index card. I'll put that in there for now. And what I've been doing is the flyleaves from this old book, which is 1891, were still usable, not necessarily as paper themselves because they're quite crackly. I'm looking for the full one. I'm going to pause and find it. I knew it was there. So this is one of the, isn't that beautiful, the yellowing? I've already interrupted myself. One of the flyleaves from inside, and the other side would have been attached to the cover, but because it's so old and not the highest quality of paper, it's very cracky. And so I used some to cover this Rolodex card, and then just did a little bit of collaging on that for fun. And I've glued the other half of that page onto some Alice paper here, and I'm going to have to do likewise with this. You can see here where it's been cracking along the edge. So, but I'd still like to use it. It's just a very faint light green ivy. Very common. I find this paper in a lot of old books. It must have been very common, well priced for publishers to use. So what I want to do is make a pocket out of this one that I glued it down yesterday. I ended up not just turning off the lights and heading downstairs. My sweetie was home from work, and let's just get that tab off there so I can get a nice clean cut. That's what I should look for. I should go looking for a new cutting board. I really need a new one. There. For now, I'll just cut it as big as I can, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to make 2 tuck spots or one big one. We'll see. So, I hope you're doing well. 2 videos in a row. My goodness, for me, these days, that's incredible. I'll save that. I can still use a bit of that. It's got a bit of plastic reinforced there, but I can still use a little bit. There. There we go. So we've got that. Even that would make a nice journaling card. Maybe that's what I'll do, is use it as a journaling card and put a little bit of there we go. All right, where's that one I like? I like this punch for corners. Gives that little cute, there you can see it better. Cute little corner on it, makes it look a little more finished. Yeah. Let's make it into a journaling card. Distress ink along the edges there. Seeing as it's fresh, I don't have to do too much around there. It's still got that lovely yellowing just from natural age. Just one side needs to be matched up where I cut the page in half. So I think I might use coffee for that. This is such a perfect shade for... No, you know what? I want orangey. I do want to use the vintage photo has a slight orange tinge to it. Yeah, that was the one to stick with. And just sort of match it all up. There we go. Now I have this little lady here from, I had a book of, one of those books with the reprints of the Victorian scrap. And there's a book here. And I thought that's appropriate because of the little girl on the cover who's listening to the story. And same with on this one. You'll notice this little girl, she's got a letter that she's going to send, and this is a postcard here. So they sort of go together as well. So I'm going to ink this. The shading is a little bit off, but I think we can marry it up by using some vintage photo. There you go. It's threatening rain here today, but it hasn't done it yet, so I'm hoping to take a little 14-pound curly girly out for WALK before the rain hits. So I'm just, if you'll notice here, it already was looking aged because it appears to be a photo of a book from, I don't know, Tim Holtz or something. Found it in my stuff that I'm trying to use up because I'm still doing really well on my low buy, no buy, or no buy, low buy. First I should be no buying, and if I need to, low buy. Oh, there's my phone. Hold on. All right, he just phoned to say he's on his way home from work. I want to do a little bit of collaging on this. I think I might be safer to use my Tim Holtz decal edge rather than tearing it. I think this will be the smarter way. I just want to use it in the back, because this is also kind of cracky, this paper. That way it will just give a little bit more. Now, before I put that away, let's see where we want to put that. Anyhow, yeah, Sweetie Pie did have to go in. I know you're watching this on a Monday, but he ended up having to go in. Mrs. Barnaby Martin, isn't that beautiful? So she ordered some, this was from a tailor in Newcastle, Ontario, this 1912 account book. And it looks like she ordered some I don't know whether the tailor also did repairs or whether that was the price. It says overalls $1, hat 50 cents, paid in full, up to date. Look at that. Mr. Barnaby Martin, not Mrs. Mr. Barnaby. Oh, that's beautiful. So I really love that it's got the number there. If we put her, I want that number. Her and that little book. Maybe I want that side. I'm going to look and see if anything else appeals to me. I just feel like there needs to be 3 things. It needs something. Okay, maybe a little bit of lace. I went through, I've got a little, a little bin of just bits and pieces of lace. So, Tim, we don't need you for now. That I will save. We'll use it somewhere else, Barnaby. And let's just sort of put this, we'll trim this around a bit. Anyhow, Sweetie Pie had to go into work today, even though it's a Sunday. There are a lot of faiths and non-faiths that have funerals on Sundays. So there once was a time in his family's business that, no, you know what, I think I just need that one. That the only customers that they had on Sundays were from a few of the Jewish synagogues in town. But now there's a lot more families are finding that, not just Saturday, but Sunday works well for them, for their out-of-town families to be able to come travel in or, that sort of thing. So there's more and more. Not too many. Saturday is still definitely their busiest, crazy busy day. Okay, I like that. We'll do that. Let's come down a bit so you can see what I did. There we go. Anyhow, he was able to go in bright and early and make arrangements for everything and get it all done. And then, here's the good thing. there's an awesome Italian bakery and delicatessen near his work. And he said, all right, when he just phoned, he said, all right, you don't have to cook tonight, or we don't have to cook. He's very good about that too. My goodness, the man goes into work, and he would, if I needed or wanted, he would roll up his sleeves and cook dinner. I got a rare one, I gotta tell you. Every day I pinch myself that this man and I found each other with the help of some family and friends. Anyhow, he said, that's good. I wasn't planning that right, was I? Let's turn that over. I had to flip it over because there's wet glue on the rest of her, and I shouldn't have done that. So let's just do this. Anyhow, he phoned and said there's a place nearby that just has amazing everything. Everything's delicious and amazing. And he phoned and he said, I got dinner for us. For 2 nights, I think. It's so much. They gave me so much food. And and crusty buns, and he knows I love cannolis. I love cannolis. And he says, I got you a couple of cannolis and a lemon tart and, all kinds of very healthy things. What else did he get? Anyhow, they make really, really good lasagna. And lasagna is one of those things that I just can't be bothered to make. It is so much work doing all those layers, and I'm really fussy about my sauce. I don't know about you, but I'm used to homemade scratch spaghetti sauce. And my mother taught me. I'm very proud of how delicious my spaghetti sauce is. It's her recipe. And her sister-in-law taught it to her. Because, of course, she grew up her mother was a very good cook. Hence, my mother was a very good cook. But it was mostly typical Irish kind of meals. But Nana could make gravy from anything. My dad swore. He said, that's what won my heart over for your mother. Her mother could make gravy out of anything, and I knew dinner was going to be delicious. And, of course, his poor mother, my gran, she couldn't cook to save her life. Poor little thing. Okay, I like that. That's pretty. Now, on the back here, we still need to do a little bit of inking. Anyhow, I just don't enjoy all the work that goes into making lasagna. And my sweetie pie, he makes a good lasagna, but he's at that point too where there's just 2 of us. And when you're making lasagna, if you're going to make lasagna, you want to make a big casserole of it. And it's just 2 of us. We don't like to overload our freezer. And this place, we can get a delicious, huge slice of lasagna that we split. And then we don't have to cook. So that's nice. Now I may use this again. Let's do one of these, because that was fun over on that other page that I did this on. So I'm just going to put this down here. Not going to push too hard. Why did I put you away? Anyhow, so yay, no cooking tonight. I better be careful. There we go. And that will give us, oh, that looks nice. There we go. I got these at Dollar Tree. Now, there must be a pocket in here somewhere. I don't want to put it in this pocket because they both, it's too matchy-matchy. But I must have a pocket that needs someone to go in it. No. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. There. Whew. Maybe instead I'll put you in there. That looks nice. That's old wallpaper border. So that's cute. Oh wait, this is old wallpaper. I think I want you in there. Give that page a little bit of color. And then over here, this is that 1940s wallpaper. That looks nice. It was getting lost on that page. That looks nice now. Okay, happy with that. Let's put a lid on this. Oh, Kleenex. So I think I'm going to finish up these pockets today, and then I am going to start sorting through and putting together some, I'm going to do my good old method of, have I used this in 2 years? I ask myself that, especially when I'm cleaning up my closet. Have I worn this in 2 years? If not, donate. Got a huge bag ready because the one thrift store near us will come and pick up on certain days. And they're coming on June 13th, and I plan to be ready for them. But I'm going to look through some of my ephemera type things, and I'm going to it's sort of my Marie Kondo way of, there we go, my Marie Kondo way of making things a little bit less hectic. Now I know I didn't want to do too much sewing, but I might sew around that edge and then glue this down, because on busy pages like this, that's what you do. Okay, hold on. Oh wait, let me finish my thought here. I'm looking at bins of stuffer type things to put in journals, and I've got some that I just know I haven't used them in 2 years. I know I'm not going to use them, and I find that what I do is I put them in freezer bags and just label it craft supplies and donate it like that, because that's the sort of thing I know I would snag at a thrift store once upon a time. And maybe there's someone else out there, or else if the thrift store decides, no, this isn't our kind of thing that we sell, then they can do what they will with it. But I don't have the heart to just throw it out. Some of it really is good little crafty things. So we'll see. I think if the post office was running, I might have put together some little goodie bags to put in my Etsy shop. But on the other hand, I don't enjoy putting together things to mail, so that's why I don't mind a junk journal. It's one item and it's big and it's gone and done. But the people who are able to take the time to put together, 10 playing cards or an envelope of stamps and that. And thank goodness that they sell them, because I've made use of purchasing items like that in the past, but that's not my thing. All right, I'm going to go sew this. I'll be right back. Okay, so I used some blue around the edge. I know I said I didn't want to do too much more sewing because it would bulk it up, but I felt like it. So I really mashed down the little displaced paper on the other side, just using a bone folder so that can go there. But then I realized that this is quite bright, brighter than this blue that I thought I was matching it to. But you know what? I had this, as I said, I'm using up things. I had this already fussy cut. I think that's Edith. I seem to recall this is Edith here. And I think if I put that there, I think that would be cute. And the blues go well. Now here's my problem. I don't need all this, so I will be trimming that off to suit what we need. So let's take that off. This goes too far over the edge of the page, so we're going to do a faux trimming here. So that it looks so we won't. Oh yeah, that's Edith. I should have thought to look the other side. All right, so that looks nice. And if that goes there, then what I could do is put this little guy down here. Let's take that little thing off. Well, I'm excited about not having to cook. I'd like this edge to be a little darker so that it really shows up that that's a pocket there. Oh, you know what would be cute? All right. You might be wondering, why is this side white and this side is yellow? Because it did look like, this. That's antique linen distress ink, and I simply turn it over and paint it with the whole pad. So what I'm going to do here is paint it with the pad. And then I'm going to tear it out. Oh wait, I want a little bit. Oh, just a little bit of distress ink. How much time have I got? Okay, Catherine, you don't have a lot of time for a gab session. Let's tear that a little, and we will ink that, and then fold it down like that. Like a little collar, sort of a little wrinkly collar. And ink that up. Okay. Now, I don't want these getting stuck on things and getting in the way, so I'm going to glue them down. Like that. Come on, you. Down you stay. I should look in my book so I can give credit to who thought this up, this sort of wrinkled look of doing the edge of a pocket kind of messy like that. Because I didn't think of this. And it's in my journaling book of ideas. There we go. Oh, I want to hurry up. I don't want to keep you too long. But I'd like to finish this before. Yeah, that looks good. I want that a little darker to match how dark that upper edge is. All right, now, where did I put that little extra flower? There it is. Aha! There you are. I'm going to hold off on that. All right, so you can go in. Where do we need you to go in? Actually, right there. So if I glue this down really well and really flat, then I'm going to give myself some little cheat marks so I know where, and then I can come back and erase those later. And that way, oh, that's going to look really cute. Then I could put just something plain in there as a little tuck spot. All right, let's do this first. This is going to take quite a bit of glue. I might pause while I do this. Okay, glue is on. Let me find my little spots. And then I've got to be careful because there's really no relifting with art glitter glue. Now I purposefully didn't ink around this Edith fussy cut because the background of the Edith page is actually almost the exact same color as this page, the ROPS calculator page. And I like that it pretty well just blends right back in with it. So I want that well applied so that when whatever is holding it in that pocket, that it doesn't catch. If I need to, I'll come back later and do my little fingernail test. Now, eraser. While I'm thinking about it, I don't want to, my luck, I'd send it off to its new home. And there would be pencil marks there. And I guess the new owner could erase the pencil marks, but I'd rather send it properly on its way. Let's put you in there. Very good. And let's put the pocket down. Since there are threads here, I'm going to use, I always forget whether this one's a bottle of Fabri-Tac or whether it's a bottle of 3-in-1. Really doesn't matter. I find that they are interchangeable. Fabri-Tac, although it could be filled with 3-in-1. Sometimes when I find a nice bottle, I will refill it. There we go. I might have to rewrite. I have 1931 written down here, and I think I may have to rewrite that. Our little pocket is covering some of it. Oh, now that's cute. I'm happy. I think I'm going to leave that aside for now. Where did I put my eraser? There it is, up there. Thanks for telling me. And I will write 1931 in a better place where it can be seen better. 1931. Ah, all right, I'm happy. I think that looks cute. I'm going to find out whose idea that was. Okay, I found it. See actually, this is by Izzy B. IZZYBEE. Izzy B Creations. Pocket with a torn edge. And now that I'm looking at it, I recall she glued 2 pieces of paper together, thin paper, so that you'll see that this paper, once it's folded back, torn and folded back, that's music paper on the inside, even though this is wrapping paper, vintage wrapping paper on the outside, and then it's a pocket. So, see, wasn't my idea. It was wonderfully shared by Izzy B Creations. Alrighty, so that's it for today. We managed to get, once again, not much done, but we had a little visit, and it was nice having you along with me. I'm going to go and feed this little girl her LUNCH, and then we are going to go for WALK. And, oh yeah, we finished you. We did get a few things done. That might not be the best place for that little girl. She might need to go somewhere with a rusty paper clip. All right, well, thanks for joining me, as I said, and if you're still here after 37 minutes, I hope you'll take a second, say hi down below, and I'll say hi back at you. I'll say good morning, and hopefully we'll get together again soon, and until then, I hope you're safe and healthy, and everyone that you love is as well. Bye.